Conditions for the start of the second Indian Racing League competition of the weekend couldn't have been more different to race one, which had been run in the bone-dry conditions. Torrential rain had saturated the circuit, and so the race began under safety car. When we finally went into the race conditions, Fabienne Volven's move around the outside of Mitch Gilbert came to nothing when she caught a bow wave and spun the car around. Nikhil Bohra went on the offensive early and ended up battling for the victory with Sohail Shah at the early stage of the race. Volven's move again from round the outside, and there was nothing that poor Fabienne Volven could do. Once she was in the mud, it was game over.
And this race was quite like a Rajamouli story. Twists and turns at every go. As Sohail Shah slid around all the way through, he didn't have control for the race for the entirety, because as we saw in a couple of seconds, he ended up making major errors. And then we had the safety car called out for a big crash. Fabienne Volven out, Ashwin Datta at the back as well. Many drivers struggling for traction in these tricky conditions.
When the race eventually restarted, it was Nikhil Bohra that controlled the pace from the front end of the field, with the talented Gabriela Yilkova keeping herself in a very smooth position in third place. But things would change hands very carefully behind, as once the race got underway once again, Akhil Rabindra found his way further forward, Nikhil Bohra having touched the barriers. But Rabindra wouldn't be able to repeat his success from 2022, as he would hit trouble with mechanical issues of his own. That would promote Sarah Moore up into second position. Nikhil Bohra, meanwhile, made the move on Gabriela Yilkova on the final lap to try and snatch the win. Yilkova spun around, Bohra would come home second on the road and would later be demoted. But Sarah Moore would become the first woman to win a race outright in the Indian Racing League, and doing so on debut made it even more special. 2 races down, 6 to go, and the championship very much game on.